Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film Radical, directed by Christopher Zalla. So this is based on a true story, a teacher, Sergio, who uses unconventional methods to inspire a group of students who are kind of at the edge, falling out of the education system in a small Mexico town. He really challenges the system in terms of traditional and hierarchical methods and the primacy of testing before actually helping the children. His more radical methods include letting the children choose what to learn and kind of encouraging, waking up a curiosity in the pupils that helps them to find their own answers. Zalla was influenced by an article he read about an experiment in India by an academic, Sugata Mitra. Mitra worked with children in India, children who'd never seen a computer in their lives. And when the children were left with computers in kiosks, he found that they were able to teach themselves on various advanced topics without adult assistance. Now, this made me think of the French philosopher Jacques Rancière and his book, an amazing book that I read years ago, The Ignorant Schoolmaster, 5 Lessons in Intellectual Emancipation. Rancière's central thesis is that the best education occurs when the teacher, rather than being a source of knowledge, acts as a facilitator who allows students to discover and learn on their own. He highlighted the case of Joseph Jacotot, a 19th century educator that taught students subjects that he didn't know about and in a language he didn't speak. Rancière's work emphasizes equality, and it's really influenced me greatly in terms of my politics and my artwork. So I was particularly interested in this film, and it was the lens that I watched it through. Rancière's ideas resonate with the teaching approach of Sergio in Radical, where he doesn't simply transmit knowledge to his students, but instead creates an environment where they can explore, question, and arrive at their own understanding. This method reflects Rancière's idea that intellectual emancipation happens when the student is treated as an equal, capable of independent thought. Anyway, I shouldn't go on too much about Rancière. I'm really passionate about Rancière's work and these ideas, and I really enjoyed the fact that a film was kind of covering these issues and that it was based on a true story. There was another film earlier this year that I reviewed, Teacher's Lounge, which was also about an idealistic teacher, and she was challenging conventions and hierarchies in education. They are quite different films, but I think these make a good pair. In terms of Radical as a film, at times it is perhaps a little bit predictable, and at times it is perhaps a little bit sentimental, but it has a good heart, this film. It doesn't idealize or glamorize anything. It's very much based on an authentic situation. I mean, it is actually based on real people. And sometimes I can find a bit of sentiment highly entertaining, and I did in the case of this film. But the film does have political and social depth. It really made me think about how complacent I can become about living in a country where education is relatively freely available. So the film serves a useful role in reminding us of the economic and social reality of people from more disadvantaged communities. And there are serious points here about education. I completely believe in the Rancière principles. I think this is an approach we should be using rather than the rigid conventional teaching methods that work for the average pupil but don't necessarily work for the many pupils that fall outside the average. So as well as being entertaining, I do think this is an important film, and in this way there are some similarities with Ken Loach's films perhaps. The acting is brilliant, the chemistry between the teacher and the children is just fantastic. The children are so natural. This film is a little over 2 hours, and I could have stayed a lot longer in this world. If you can accept, even enjoy, a little bit of predictable sentimentality, then I would highly recommend this film. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.